Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy. I'm your host and the founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation. Thanks for joining us. We've got John Gaston, our producer behind the scenes, Area 52 Media Group. Um, hey, if you ever want to do your own show, please get in touch with them. Um, you can do it remotely. We used to be in studio for a few years, and what, for the last year and a half almost, we've been doing it remote. I'm in the foundation office, and John's up in Georgia. So it's really pretty cool. It makes it so easy. Got to thank our sponsors, Delynn Gaston with the mortgage firm. Anything mortgages, she's your gal. Uh, it's that kind of thing is a really big deal. You know, that's one of a person's major life decisions, and you really want to have someone you trust and know what they're doing. And that's her. Actually, last night I was up at a networking meeting, uh, WPBA, which Barry, who founded the mortgage firm, founded WPBA. It's his group. Anyways, I was hoping I'd get to see Dylan there, but she wasn't. But anyways, it was a good thing. I'll talk a little bit more about that later because it ties into some other stuff. So this week, remember, we have our West Pasco support group meeting at the Oasis Coffee Spot on Thursday at 6:30. You can just show up if you're here locally. It's a safe place. Whatever we talk about stays within in the group. It's peer to peer, so anybody there is going through the same thing you are. We just may be at different stages, and sometimes it's helpful. I know it's helpful to talk about this stuff. Keeping it bottled up inside isn't good for your health. So, and I understand some people aren't the support group type, but it's important for so many reasons to be able to talk about it, and that's what we do. And like for our upcoming event, Art for Hope, it's now less than a month away. It's at the Hilton Garden Inn in Lutz. It's actually Suncoast Parkway in 54. We've had it there for 8 years. We were just there, me and some of our volunteers for a volunteer meeting this past week, and I was talking to one of the girls. She's one of the bartenders there, who happens to. She usually bartends our event too. I didn't even realize, because I guess it's been so long, that they've been open 8 years. So we've been with them as long as since the very beginning of them too. So that is really cool. So it's an uplifting event. Appetizers, light appetizers, cash bar. We have keynote speakers, raffles. We have some really awesome gifts coming in. I picked one up the other day at another meeting. It's a really cute. I should have. It's sitting over there in the office. I'm not going to get up and go get it, but it's a really nice little pink bag, and it has a bunch of Mary Kay stuff in it and a $25 gift certificate to Bob Evans. That's just one of the things that we have for a raffle. But we have some really awesome sponsors, and we can still, even though it's getting really close, we can still use some more sponsors. So our top level sponsors, of course, are Area 52 Media Group and Tammy White Galleries. And then our next level sponsors are, sometimes we have a little lag, and that's okay. Our Dolly sponsor is Lucas Magazine and Dyer Injury Lawyers. And Da Vinci sponsors Rotary Club of the Nature Coast and Precision Surveying and Mapping. They've been with us, like the gallery, of course, because that's me. And and Area 52 since the very beginning. And then we've brought on new sponsors for our Picasso sponsors is JR World Travel and Tim Holiday State Farm Insurance. And of course, our best one. Well, I shouldn't say that because they're all our best ones. Leanne's Cookies is our dessert sponsor. And I just talked to our photographer. I don't have his information up because this happened last night, and things are really kind of crazy right now. But Rick Redmond Photography, Rick has been our photographer also since the very beginning, and he's of course coming back in. He's gonna photograph the event again this year for us. So I'm excited about that because what we deal with is really super hard, and we have some people, and that's all it takes is maybe sometimes just a few, because sometimes doing this gets kind of discouraging because I feel like we should have more support than what we get because other organizations get more support, but it's our subject matter. But the support that I do get, I am so grateful for. And most of these people have supported me from the very beginning and have stuck with us, even, our volunteers like Kim and Mitch Romanowski and Marjorie Pagano. She's with Edward Jones. She's every year. She's the one who organizes all our gift baskets and does the gift basket raffle and takes care of all that all by herself. And often we get gift baskets that are brought in the night of the event, and so things have to be rearranged, and she just does an awesome job, and that's what she loves to do. So yeah, so sometimes I have to remind myself of it's okay that some other people that I think should support us don't, because the ones that do are awesome. So we're really excited about that. Every year, it's amazing. So and I've mentioned the hotel. So and we've been with them all this time. Well, also the main level of the hotel, all the artwork that is on that floor is artwork from the gallery, and we've actually changed it since a couple of years into Art for Hope, that all that artwork that's there for sale at the hotel, the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to the Bobby White Foundation. So one of the pieces that we have that's there that is available, and this piece is actually hanging right outside the elevators. This is called, it's not called what I think it's called. It's something roses, darn it. But this is a Neil Adamson piece. It's a limited edition print. I have several of his pieces there in the hotel. He's an artist that I had represented, over 25 years. And unfortunately, a couple of years ago, about this time of year, because I think it was shortly before Art for Hope, he passed away. He was an excellent watercolor artist. He has pieces hanging in U.S. embassies in Africa, and he's was won awards in National Watercolor Society, International Watercolor Society. He was just a really renowned, just an awesome watercolor artist and an awesome person too. It was really sad when we lost him, because I knew him for so many years. But we have several pieces like this. He was a Florida artist. He actually was a retired St. Pete fireman. He was a fireman in his prior life to being an artist. But just an amazing artist. So this is a piece that's available. It's available now, even if you really like it and you don't want to wait till Art for Hope because maybe somebody else might snatch it up. Just get a hold of us at the foundation. You can either email me or call me or text me or message me. Or, I mean, there's a million ways to get a hold of me that are fairly easy. So, yeah, I'll show some more of his artwork and Alex's that we have at the hotel. But if you're ever in the area and you just even want to just swing by, have a drink at the hotel bar when they're open for happy hour, and you can see the artwork that is available, and it's available there year round. So we sold a piece of Alex's, which is the really abstract stuff, and I brought another piece of Adam's down to the hotel when we had our volunteer meeting, and they were really happy about that. So with that, it's super, super busy time. And so I have a lot of groups, networking groups to go to spread the word about Art for Hope, and and the other stuff that we're doing. So during the week, it's like almost every day. This past week, every day, maybe not Friday. I don't think Friday, but there's 2 meetings a day or 3 meetings a day. Then I got to squeeze in the gallery work. It keeps my mind kind of busy. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, and I just have to stop and sit and breathe and think that, hey, it's all good. It's all working out. It's all going to fall into place. But just like, we're working on Art for Hope, getting our speakers set up. I think this year, one of our keynote speakers is going to be, usually we have somebody who has the lived experience. Last year we had the young man, oh gosh, what's his name? Painter. Can't believe his name just popped out of my head. He spoke. He lost his father to suicide. He was in his late 20s and had to take over his dad's painting business, and he's actually thriving, even through the grief, and it all depends on how are you going to take this and do something good. With him, he's made the business that his father had built even better. And, he's not afraid to talk about his dad's death. But he has taken that pain and that grief and turned it into something good. My direction is a little bit different. I started the foundation to help people like us, to help lost survivors, to get people used to talking about it. Because that's the only way that we're going to get, maybe, at least slow it down. Put it on a downturn. We need to get help for people. And I was actually Monday, I had 3 meetings. Luckily, one was via Zoom, but it was the acute care meeting for Pasco County. And we got a preliminary report from Pasco County Sheriff's Office that in July, we had 9 suicide deaths in Pasco County. I don't know what the breakdown is of those. I will get that. I will have that information, and they'll report that information at our Safe Coalition meeting at the end of this month, as to the gender and the means and what may have been happening at the time. But that's, again, back at a pretty high level. Last year it wasn't in August, but like May, June, July, our numbers were really high like that, like 9, 10, 11. and it's just crazy. But it's why we're all trying to do what we do. So I also wanted to. Oh yeah. There's another. Before Art for Hope, Rooters Networking Club is having a fundraiser for the foundation, and it's at Slice of Life Pizza on Little Road. They host us once a month for a fundraiser. This month happens to be for the Bobby White Foundation. It's just from 6 to 8. Networking. We have raffles 50-50. It's always a good time. You buy your own food and drink, but there's a lot of other business people there too. So if you're available Tuesday night and you want to swing by and say hi and maybe win some cool little raffles or some 50-50, we will be there. Every month, Rooters hosts a charity event for a nonprofit in our community that is a registered 501c3. So every month we do somebody different. This month happens to be the founder's birthday. He's going to turn 80 years old. We're going to do a little bit of celebration for him too. And it'll be a good evening. So we're excited about that. I feel like I'm getting excited about a lot of things lately, which is a good thing because that doesn't happen all the time. So we had mentioned last week 988 Day. So I printed off and we showed the website, but if you just go to, I think it's 988.org. I'll put the website in the comments. We had it on last week. I just forgot to. I didn't really think that I was going to talk about this until like last minute, but I had printed this out on how to explain 988 Day. So it's just a growing tradition to raise awareness of the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and it's not just for suicide. And I mentioned that last week. It's just raising awareness for the continued need for mental health support, with each year focusing on a different theme. So this year's theme is compassionate help anytime, anywhere. And they say here they have more than 15,000 counselors working across the 988 network to continue to help reduce the barriers and stigma around seeking support for mental health challenges, alcohol. There he is. See, my producer's so great. Alcohol and drug use problems, emotional stress, and loneliness. Right now, so many more people are feeling it. And I was talking to somebody at the networking meeting last night, and I was actually talking to him and handing out the flyers for Art for Hope. And he is current president of Hudson Rotary. And he's like, a lady came and spoke to our group about suicide several years ago. I was like, oh, yeah, that was probably me. And he's like, your husband, right? And it's like, yep, that was me. So that was really kind of cool. He remembered all that. And I spoke at their group just prior to COVID. So anyways, that's like a little off to the side thing. But anyways, 988 Day highlights how communities, organizations, and people supporting mental health are creating a positive buzz around 988 in their own fun and creative ways to raise awareness across the United States. If you need inspiration for what you can do on 988 Day, check out some of the activations. That sounds weird. Activities others are already planning on the 988 Day Get Involved page. So, how can you get involved? Plan activities for 988 Day. Or use, if you're already doing something in observance of, because of course September is National Suicide Prevention Month. And well, it says here, or Recovery Month. So I guess, and that's another one, because we do have a recovery group in our community too. They do their things in September. So some creative ideas: creating artwork expressing the 988 Days theme, launching a chalk walk campaign, or partnering with local organizations and businesses to help spread the information. There's a toolkit on the website. Use the toolkit. On Monday, 9/8, use the hashtag 988day on social media to share your activities and support and promote this year's theme. Check out the 988 Day social events wall throughout the day to see activities happening across the nation. So visit their website and you can help. You can participate. See, everybody can be a part of it. So I haven't decided exactly what we're going to do. I know that when I am speaking at organizations about the foundation and our fundraiser this time of year, I talk about 988 Day. I do have a yard sign back here somewhere that will go outside of the foundation office by the road. We'll figure out something else. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll figure out something else. It's not as though there's not a lot of other things going on. So while we're doing all this, of course, I had announced last week that we are taking over, not really taking over, but we're starting our own walk for suicide prevention and mental wellness. And I do have the proof of the logo, which is really cool. I don't have, and I was going to show the proof, but I want to wait until we have the actual logo. So my buddy Alex, who designs all this stuff, he designed the logo for the show, for the foundation, the rebranding of the gallery. Does an awesome job. We have the new logo, and he's doing the flyer right now. So maybe by next week's show we'll have both. So with all this going on too, now we have someone that's going to help us, and he volunteered his time. Thank goodness. Frank's going to add to the website. We're going to have a page for Pasco Walk for Hope 2025. I'll do up a Facebook page as soon as I get the logo and the flyer. But we'll have the page set up with QR code so that you can just scan the QR code or go to the website and sign up to participate, sign up to donate, sign up to create a team. I don't know how Frank's going to do all this, but that's what he does. He's the computer guy. So we're really super excited about that. And we were going to wait a little bit until we got closer to Art for Hope and do, which we'll still do, like the big announcement at Art for Hope about the walk. But we have to start this now and start promoting it now, because we're having a lot of people ask us about it, and we've already had people want to sign up to be vendors. We've had people they want to sign up to get their team started already. So I'm kind of overwhelmed in a happy way that this is happening. And I think part of it too is the benefit that people are understanding. Now that, unlike in the past, all the money raised for this walk in Pasco County goes to services for the people in Pasco County. It's for the people of Pasco County. And people are starting to understand that. And I think that's part of where it's making a difference. At least I hope. So we're super, super excited about that. Again, see, look at all these great things that are happening. And when I was talking to a couple of people this past week, and I was checking how you doing, what's going on, you're okay, which I really super appreciate. And when I tell them about all these great things that are happening, and I said, I'm doing really pretty good, at least right now, but it's a lot. And and on top of that, we have the mental health initiatives for Rotary, our action group. I'm still working on getting that page up. I'm going to push really hard this week to get that page up. I did make an awesome contact last week, the president and CEO of Premier Community Health Clinic. And hopefully I'll be meeting with him soon so that I can talk to him about the Rotary initiatives for mental health to get services to our youth much quicker. And I had something here, but we are running out of time. It's for students, for our youth, 6 to 17 years old, high school students with signs of depression. 35% of U.S. adults with mental health also experience substance use disorder. There's just so much information. So I'm running out of time. So with the thing of me being so excited, here, look at this. Some of the best days of your life haven't happened yet. And sometimes that is so, so hard to believe. And believe me, these things are not what I intended for this time of my life to be. But we're out here trying to make a difference, trying to keep my mental health up, because that's been an issue for me ever since I lost Bobby to suicide. It never was before. So remember to keep these numbers in your phone, have them memorized. 988. You could be the one to give that person hope, because I always believe there is always hope. Take care. Thanks.